Hey everybody. So we recorded bonus stuff last night, which was Sunday night, which is what we usually do. And then I woke up this morning to find out that the Helldivers decision has been reversed. So let's take a look at PlayStation's official X account. Helldivers fans, we've heard your feedback on the Helldivers 2 account linking update. The May 6 update, which would have required Steam and PlayStation Network account linking for new players and for current players beginning May 30th will not be moving forward. We're still learning what is best for PC players, and your feedback has been invaluable. Thanks again for your continued support of Helldivers 2, and we'll keep you updated on future plans. So there you have it, people. The fan uproar has reversed the decision from PlayStation to link accounts. I guess Super Earth has won this time. So I just, I mean, that's always good when these large companies actually listen to fans. I mean, it was going to hurt their, bank. So it's no surprise when they reverse course like this. However, Governor Christy Gnome's dog continues to be dead. So we'll see you over on bonus stuff. Subscribe to this channel, throw us some likes, and always update yourself for even more good stuff to come. The big controversy this week, there's always seems to be like a big old controversy every week. And this time it was with Helldivers. So Helldivers has been the kind of multiplayer, you know, favorite of everyone for the past couple months or however long it's been out. It's been about months, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and that was until this last week where Helldivers got into some controversy when an announcement came out and it basically told everyone, hey, even if you're playing this on Steam or bought it on Steam, you have to sign up for the PlayStation Network. And this made PC players not too happy because what I've heard is, the PC player mindset is that they don't want to sign up for stuff like that. They're very protective of their data. Sony kind of has a reputation of leaking data a lot, and getting hacked. So that was a big outcry, and people were like, get us refunds. Well, Helldivers wouldn't refund it if you played it over 2 hours. And
Well,
there
let's
was,
be honest, they've been playing a lot more in 2 hours. So
yeah. So another big deal was they kind of found out some of the views of the community managers over there. I think it's called Arrowhead is their studio. And, it's the big political stuff, of course, kind of anti-gamer rhetoric that goes on there. But the CEO for Arrowhead came out in support of the gamers. He's like, we're going to try to figure this out. And then another issue came out that not every country has access to the PlayStation Network, including Ukraine, which is kind of a hot button topic. So they're like, what do these countries do that can't play on PlayStation Network? And then basically they don't have an idea right now. They're just kind of giving refunds. So it seems like Sony did this, like forced them into it, even though they knew it was coming. Sony says, well, the reason for this that they're saying is that they want to cut down on griefing and toxic gameplay, stuff like that. Sony has this new trademark AI that's gonna kind of block players by reading their emotions. It's kind of weird stuff. But yeah, so that was been. I'm trying to. Oh, the latest that I've heard on it was, yeah, that Sony delisted it on those countries that don't have the PlayStation Network. So a lot of people don't know what to do, and the community has acted very against this move. They kind of review bombed Helldivers on Steam, and it's getting, very negative response from this. And the Arrowhead studio guy was kind of like, yeah, keep doing that. That way Sony has to actually talk to us and discuss this. So that's kind of been the big controversy this week. Have you guys encountered this? I know Thomas has played Helldivers.
I mean, yeah, but it's also been finals, so I haven't played a lot like in the last week or so. Right when all this happened. But I don't know. I mean, I play mine on PlayStation, so I can't really say, one thing or the other. I think it's funny that PC people are like, oh, we don't like because of our privacy. But I mean, come on, man. Like, it's all out there.
I mean, it's also just a weird thing that PlayStation does this every time. They for the longest time they use the excuse of, oh, we want to keep everyone protected and safe from crossplay. So we're going to do crossplay in Rocket League. We're going to do crossplay in Call of Duty. I don't know what, I think they just actually just want their numbers higher or something like that. I don't know what it is, which is strange because, PlayStation, I feel like is doing totally fine. But like, why? I don't understand the requirement to have people make a PlayStation account unless you just want the higher numbers, or like you just said, they're coming up with that weird AI thing. I feel like the stupid thing, like, it's kind of funny because I was reading that the it was initially supposed to be within the first like couple weeks, whatever the game came out. They
Yeah.
were supposed to have to get a PlayStation account to do it in, but the servers were so crazy they postponed it. We're like, hey, let's just deal with this. So I don't know what the actual issue is or the actual reasoning, because I feel like being the parent to make a safe space for gaming just isn't in the company's responsibility or need to do. Like, it's just like, just put out the
Also,
game, and if they're hackers, get rid of them. If they're like, have the reporting system that every game has. Like, I was playing Warzone the other day and there was a guy with an absolutely terrible name. I just reported it. Boom, done. That's all you need. Like, there's no like AI reading, controlling. It's like, it's everyone knows what you're getting to when you're getting to. And also, isn't Helldivers like, I assume it's rated M, right? Like, I remember playing it. There's like a bunch of swear words and stuff. Yeah, it's like, you're playing an M-rated game. You know what you're getting to. You're 18 years old plus. You don't need a babysitter.
yeah.
I don't know. So I don't know what the actual reason is, but it just
Well,
feels
and
weird to say that it's to control the
you can already report
trolls.
people, and I mean, you can grief people, but the thing is, like, if you grief people, it's detrimental to the rest of the mission. So I've only encountered one person that was actively griefing me, like when I was like playing the video game. Thing is, I just left. I'm like, okay, cool, and then I found another squad.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
all I had
little
to do.
shame because I feel like you hear a lot of good kind of gamer community stories from Helldivers of things like
Mhm.
people like, oh, these people were treating people wrong in games, so we're gonna shun them, whatever. Like, their team kill a guy who's doing everything bad to everyone else. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of built those stories that you hear, but like, oh, that's really cool, or like those weird stories where you hear in games where people will line up whenever the server's not working, like in whenever, oh, the heck was that game? What the heck is that game called? I can't remember. Anyway, and so like things like that. Like, I feel like the community's taken control and done a good job keeping it under check. It's what I'm trying to say.
Well,
No,
and
no,
it's
no,
also
no.
kind
We
of
need this AI in
Oh,
competitive
okay.
gaming because I want to see that just spiral out of control. Like, it going off emotions, it's gonna ban everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one can
There's
play.
empty
But no,
servers
like,
everywhere.
I've had like good like interactions with other like players and stuff while on Helldivers too. Because like when I got my tooth pulled, I couldn't really talk, so I was on comms going, "Sorry guys, they're doing this." The thing is, I was playing with people from Australia, and so I couldn't understand a word they were saying, and they couldn't understand a word that I was saying. Like, don't worry, mate, we'll get through this, all right? I'm like, okay.
That'd be funny if they
So
did understand you. They're like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
they just knew more clearly.
translates it, yeah.
We got it.
But that was a fun part, was that even with the disability that I had at that point in time, I still had a great time, and we did a good job. It was a lot of fun. But that was a very like organic interaction with
Yeah.
people.
Well, it's also just a shame because like PlayStation, everyone's been fearful of the games as a service things, because whatever everyone wants to hit that big Fortnite pot, like whatever.
Mhm.
And like PlayStation actually did it. Is like, you actually have a game people are loving and obsessed with right now. Why the heck are you trying to screw that up? Like, you're getting too big for your britches, and you need to calm down because people are enjoying your game. Leave it as is. Like, just keep doing what you're doing. I don't. It's
We can
the
only hope
stupidest move to piss people off like that.
we can only hope that they retract it, like what was it? Xbox did the always online, and even if you buy the game, you don't own the game. So
Oh, did you guys hear the quote from Ubisoft recently where they were basically saying like they wanted people to not feel like they own their games?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Ubisoft,
then
stop talking.
I love the response was like, okay, if the purchasing isn't the buying of the game, then the pirating of it isn't theft at that point. So it's just like, good job.
They piss off their fans like every month. I don't know how they
Yeah.
still.
Dude. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, you made the point of crossplay. They could just say, an easy fix if they really want the
Yeah.
PlayStation Network is just say no more crossplay and just have PC players and PlayStation players. But I think this is more of Sony just trying to get data,
Yeah, probably.
as much
Wanna
data
sell
as
you
they
stuff?
can. Yeah. So
Or sell your stuff.
okay.
Time
So
to sign up for Aura.
you might want to get the dogs out of this for this next story, Michael,
Oh my
because we
gosh.
had
What does that even mean?
I
a
don't know.
very dark time on the internet with this next story. So South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, in her book that's coming out, there was a leak, and in the story, she had to shoot her dog
What
and
the
throw it in a
heck?
gravel pit because it seems like an old Yeller situation. The dog
Mhm.
started attacking livestock and stuff like that. So the reaction mostly is like rural versus city because the rural people are like, that
Yeah.
happens.
It happens, yeah. It's part of
I've had an uncle that had to do that with like 2 of his dogs. It's like, yeah.
And the city
Farm life,
slickers
man.
were, man, they do not like puppy killing. So even when it endangers kids and stuff like that, they rather take the dogs.
I will say that there are people nowadays that would try to pet rabid old Yeller. Oh, puppies! Like, well, please don't do that.
He's not so bad.
He's not so bad.
So
Don't
the
give him the
rumor-
idea to remake it.
dude, Disney's on it, Jonah. Disney's on it.
it.
Speaking of Disney, the rumors of George
Hmm.
Lucas's returns has returned.
Oh boy.
So there was this guy who was involved with Return of the Jedi. He was on Star Wars Theories channel, and he was talking about George Lucas potentially being involved in a Disney Plus series. It didn't sound too convincing to me. I think the guy was just kind of remembering George's visits to like the Mandalorian or something like that. But that brings up the question, would George Lucas even help Star Wars at this point, the way it's going?
Star Wars fans will complain about literally anything, though. They didn't like him when he was making Star Wars.
True,
so
that's true. They didn't like
They-
the prequels.
they just turn on stuff and then just come back to it when there's something else to turn on.
Except
What
for
do
the
you guys
last, except
think?
for the Last Jedi, that was truly the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but it did. That's when they started liking the prequels, though. So,
True.
like after a decade of hating it, though.
Though I will say is like when you compare the two, you're just like, oh no, we had it good, didn't we?
I don't know. Would you
I don't
guys
know,
want to
like-
see a George Lucas series?
No.
Not
I mean,
really.
he's done like a few. He's done like a few private stuff, like a few like short films and animated films, and nobody's watched them. It's just
I
if
don't
it's
I don't
not Star
know.
Wars, nobody cares.
I don't know what Star Wars needs, but it doesn't need anything they're trying right now. They're just like taking old
Maybe a break?
It
Like a decade-long break.
just needs
Like
needs
they
a
did before.
total just take a whole total different direction. Just forget everything you've done so far and do something else. Like use the ideas
Yeah.
and the that you know, and that's it.
Decanonize that last trilogy, please.
Just
They
make
can't
it a
even do
dream.
You
Yeah.
can't even do
Make
it
it a
now because
dream.
everybody's dead. So like, or
Just
dying.
have like
Just go
Baby
farther into
Yoda
the
wake
future.
up in the movie.
No, no
And it
baby
was
Yoda. We
all
already
a
know baby
dream.
Yoda.
It was all a dream. It was all Baby Yoda's dream.
or go back in the past. Like they've got a lot to work with for like
The Old Republic.
I don't even really want him to touch the
I understand because like that's like the last bastion of hope we have is like that at least is good. It's still good,
Yeah.
but
I'm
because
not even looking
they touched on Thrawn and you're just like, please don't do anymore. Like he's
Yeah.
kind of cool. Leave him that way.
I'm not even looking forward to that Dawn of Jedi movie they're doing. So yeah, they just need totally new people in there, new
Didn't they say-
Like
directors.
there's no advertising for the Acolyte at all now. Like they had that one trailer drop and nobody's talking about it.
But even like May the 4th was yesterday, and like
Nothing.
I was like,
Nothing.
where is the news? Like I kept expecting something and nothing happened. But didn't
Michael
they say
felt the
that,
disturbance.
didn't they say that one of the writers for Andor was going to do the new movie at least?
Mhm,
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
at least slightly hopeful because I loved Andor, but
Mhm.
yeah.
I
That
don't
Dawn
know.
of the Jedi one. Yep.
who knows, man? Who knows?
Who knows, man? All right. So the last thing I have is the Mufasa trailer dropped. Oh my! So this one getting a lot of negative reaction as well. People are calling it soulless. To me, it just looks lazy, man. It just looks
Yeah.
like they pasted Mufasa's story onto Simba's story and called it a day. Did anyone get this chance to see the trailer?
I didn't even watch it. And I was just
I
like,
s-
I thought it was a joke. I honestly thought it was a joke trailer. But
I
Apparently
saw
not.
it, but most
Yeah.
unnecessary thing ever.
Yeah, I was watching it at work and literally like I put in our chat. I was like, I was watching it. I just started daydreaming. Like, just get distracted. I was like, this is so. It's so bland. Like, just it's so
Yeah.
boring and empty and soul. Like you're saying,
Did you
soulless.
hear
like,
what the story was though, or how it works?
Aren't they like telling
like-
the story?
he's like
to-
supposed
It's
to
like a
become
prequel,
king.
half prequel, and half sequel.
Oh, it is.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good. Didn't look
So
good.
they're telling Mufasa's story to.
Who needs
then-
Mufasa's
I
story?
think it's just like continuing Simba's and then going back to Mufasa's. Like,
Really?
back and forth. I don't. I think so.
they already
I don't
had a
know.
Lion King 2 on VHS, and it was
Yeah.
actually not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
That's fun. I don't know.
And then who needs Mufasa's story? And then what I've heard from it, it's like, oh, he was not king, or he was in royalty
Yeah,
originally.
He was just a street
He
rat.
was- some
Well,
kind
by
of
that-
street lion living on the farm.